In his anti-crime program today, President Nixon ordered federal narcotics agents to significantly increase their role in law enforcement in the capital. And a Washington official disclosed that 2/3 of all men convicted of crime there and 95% of all women are drug addicts. But narcotics is only part of the district's crime problem, as we see in John Hart's film report.
Bad hours are any time after dark.
Very seldom do go out after dark, Joe. I mean, you know.
It ain't the grown people that's doing all these crimes. It's the kids, because they don't have nothing to do.
13, 14, 15-year-old kids with pistols.
They've had a couple, late incidents right in this section here, right near this community.
It's a terrible thing when no one can walk the streets.
These are the same streets the president walked today, but it is a different city. The difference simply is between night and day. It is better to be anywhere else in Washington than here in the 10th precinct after dark, but anywhere else is getting more dangerous too. Small businessmen are taking to every possible protection. Cliff Carter's liquor store is something of an armed fortress, windows heavily barred outside and inside, guns at the ready, peepholes behind the liquor bottles, Carter himself in ambush behind one-way glass, every clerk packing a gun. There is reason for all this. Last year, armed robberies doubled over the year before, and 1969 started out nearly doubling last year's rate. Common holdups are increasing also, now 20 a day. Cliff Carter believes his precautions are necessary.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's for protection. See, this store, the way I feel about this store, I have all my family in here. The guys out there, my cousins, my wife is in here, and we all kin. I don't see anybody in my family get hurt. And you got to protect yourself.
When bus drivers started making change with scrip instead of cash, violent bus holdups stopped. Delivery drivers put money in strong boxes they cannot open and advertise it. Marshall Rollins stopped holdups at his liquor store when he installed Big Brother cameras and advertised it. In 1967, there were 29 bank robberies. There were 17 this month. These pictures taken by automatic cameras. Here, a girl robber leaping over a counter. As the crime hours come on in the District of Columbia, the exodus begins to the white ghettos of suburban Maryland and Virginia. Now, Washington is 70% Negro. So while the most noticeable criminal is a teenager and black, his victim is most often a ghetto dweller and black.
What do you think about that,
Some fight back. Troyce's Corner Recreation Center is a pool table in a laundry room with soul food on the side, and seminars on what to live for and how, every Wednesday. Here again, the contest between generations, which both sides seem to be losing. Police say illegal drug use is up. This week's seminar indicates the connection between shooting narcotics and guns.
What is the best thing for you? Is it shooting drugs in your arm, blowing somebody? You think a life is worth taking a life?
Yeah.
To get a pill?
Yeah.
You do?
You did. You have to take it.
Really? You gonna take somebody's life to get high, huh?
You're right. You need that.
You really do.
How
would you like for me to take your life to get a shot?
You're gonna get it.
How would you like for me to take your life to get a shot in my arm?
If you did,
now put yourself in that position.
If I'm gonna take that needle, I'm gonna take your life and you don't give me that dope.
Suppose I take yours.
Well, that'll be one left on, you know.
But what about it? Suppose I take yours. You got a one-sided way of thinking. Suppose I take yours. Come on, you hold up the game, though, Jan.
The big argument among lawmen is over something called preventive detention. Courts are so deluged that delay between arrest and trial is so long that a substantial number of crimes are committed by people on bail. Chief Judge Harold Green of the General Sessions Court says the answer is more judges and faster justice.
The main obvious solution to our problem of crime by people awaiting trial is to speed up the trials. Right now in the District of Columbia and Washington and in many other cities, it takes 8 months to a year or more to bring a person to trial. Obviously, if a person is out for a year, a person who does have a criminal record and perhaps has a tendency to commit crimes, it gives them an opportunity to commit many crimes.
Washington's Crime Commission found the district was the most policed city in ratio of policemen to citizens. Recruitment is difficult and the department is under strength. computers have been added, and police cadets are releasing patrolmen from administrative duties. Mayor Walter Washington is really a commissioner appointed by the president. He says crime in the capital is not all that it seems.
So I don't think that this city is any different than other cities, except that here you can let two bumpers hit and it'll ring around the world. And the attention that's focused here is far greater than perhaps any place in the world. And the matter of violent crime here, I don't believe, although it's on the increase, and certainly we admit this, is out of proportion to the general problem of crime elsewhere.
We have not even mentioned organized crime. It is not the really big criminals people are afraid of nowadays. In this federal city, it is the smooth-faced teenagers who slug and mug and hold up. To hear them tell it, there is a simple reason for being a criminal.
The reason is money. The Columbia Heights Association is a bootstrapped ghetto group seeking jobs for teenagers tempted by crime. At this meeting, two of them, their backs to the camera, admitted to yielding. Their specialty, mugging.
The reason that I go out and rob, see, the clothes, you know, you got to have clothes to wear, you know. Your mother, you know, she worked like me. I live with my mother, see. She working all hard and got to pay the rent, see. I can't, you know, get no clothes by asking her for money. And I'm not going to walk around here wearing the same thing every day, because I want clothes just like everybody else on the street got clothes. So I go out, give me a couple of hustles, you know, going downtown and buy what I want.
Would it bother you if somebody hit you and took your $100?
Well, I feel like this, you know. They robbed me. I ain't got no business on the street after 8 o'clock no way.
Bill Kavanaugh is straight, and his brother's a policeman, but some of his best friends are thieves.
And it's not people don't want to work. That's the biggest lie I ever heard. People want, Negroes, and I hate that word, black people want to work. But the trouble is, none of us want to work on a bull job with no future, no chance of promotion, you know. So what's left to do?
How much money would buy you out of crime?
It's not that much. I say about $2 an hour buy me out of crime. Yeah, $2 an hour. That's cheap.
A limited answer, perhaps. For someone else, $2 an hour will not support a habit. The police contend the high crime zones cover a fraction of the city. There are many areas, such as Georgetown, where night commerce goes on fearlessly.
Contrary to a recent advertising campaign, Washington, D.C. is not the crime capital of the country. Murder is twice as frequent in Houston, the rate of rape twice as high in Greater Los Angeles. Your chances of being robbed or assaulted twice as bad in Baltimore. But it is the capital of the country, and like preachers' kids and other symbols, we require it to do better than average. And so the urgency here is to seek safety in the enforcement of law on criminals, while yearning for the security that comes only in their consent to it. John Hart, CBS News, Washington.
And that's the way it is. Friday, January 31st, 1969. This is Walter Cronkite, CBS News. Good night.